We are into software testing and quality engineering solutions. We have our own products as well as services that we provide to customers. We work with both growth stage startups, unicorn startups, as well as large enterprise and Fortune 500 companies. Crowdsourcing is an emerging model, delivery model, and it is becoming even more relevant now when everybody is looking at a remote QA and an on-demand QA or any remote working model, especially because of the current situation. People are actually looking to cut down their costs to remove capex, and they're also looking at business continuity in this lockdown kind of a situation. So what we have one of our divisions called O-Primes, which is actually a platform of our own. And this platform actually provides end-to-end QA solutions in an on-demand and remote way. The platform has entire workflows defined for running testing projects, and it also hosts a community of testers. These are some of our expert employee testers also, and there are also contractors and freelancers that we work with. So overall community stretching in a few thousands. And what we do with them is we do invite them to participate on projects. We have open labs, so which means we have information about more than 1,000 to around 10,000 devices. We have automation frameworks that are built for all web, mobile, APIs, etc., which can be used by these testers. So that way we have actually converted the entire delivery model into an on-demand model, supporting our clients to provide them better functional coverage, compatibility, user feedbacks, market analysis, competitor analysis, even accessibility, user feedbacks, and ethical hackers are part of the community to give feedback on it. So complete end-to-end solution. This is basically a 360-degree quality assurance that we provide. So in all dimensions, like I said, basically you can break it into three parts. First is functional testing. In functional testing, we are more focused on the domain and the industry, where we get into the depth of it. So we have our own test case design framework, so that we make sure that all dimensions of functional behavior of an application is captured. Then we also have a lot of focus on usability, because user centricity is very important. Things like usability study, feedback, surveys from our personal interviews from target markets, doing A/B testing, doing a lot of analysis or market analysis kind of a thing to collect feedback. And finally, a lot of non-functional expertise, which is more engineering, where we have SDETs. So these are developers who do testing, architects, automation engineers across the board, security engineers, also have performance load and performance specialists. So that is the overall gamut of services. Currently, we have three different focus areas in which we are working. Like I said, one is the startup industry, where we do a lot of work with growth startups, because it's a huge market right now, and even large enterprises are tapping into that. Second is the large enterprise sector. Both of them are more digital oriented, so where we are working more in web, mobile, API, and other such IoT devices, and in that space. And third is the enterprise product sector, where we are actually trying to build more capabilities and serve clients in the SAP space, or say Microsoft products like D365, Azure, or other cloud-based solutions like GCP or AWS. So basically, for each of them, we have a different kind of strategy for going to market. So we focus a lot on building partnerships. So especially for enterprise products, we have built different kind of partnerships. We are kind of collaborating with and providing solution to clients. We have a reseller model wherein we have regional partners, which are in Europe and in US, and of course in India, who we work with for taking our solution and taking it to the market. Like we also have our own products. For that product, we are also having technology partnerships. So some partners were actually helping us in enhancing our capability, and then we also have technology partners, including the large firms who we provide our product O-Primes as a solution, as software as a service SaaS solution, and then they can leverage that to deliver on-demand and remote QA crowdsourced testing solution to their customers. Times are changing, but mindsets are still not changing much. So currently, everybody wants a Superman in testing. So one person who can do everything, but testing is not one area. Testing is so many different dimensions to testing, right? So you need automation specialists, and within automation also there could be functional automation, API, backend, frontend, and in manual also there are different kind of specializations, right? So, but what happens is that as a company, nobody wants to invest much on testing, because it's an overhead. Eventually, you're not creating anything with quality, right? So what they think is that my developer can test, or my product manager can test. So basically, that kind of a mindset of investing properly in testing is something which has evolved over time, but again, it is not picked up in a way that it should be. And that is the reason why a lot of times it is very difficult to explain that one person cannot do everything. Secondly, there is a lot of task-based approach. Product managers don't understand different nuances of quality. They want the tester as a resource and they will define what needs to be done. But generally, they don't look at quality as a consulting arm wherein you can get some idea as to how to get multidimensional quality. That's still missing in the industry, where the product manager thinks that he knows more about quality than a quality engineer, which is actually not true. Mostly the view is very short term. So everybody is looking from a short term perspective that what can I do that this release goes fine. So I can save my money for tomorrow. I can get my release live tomorrow, but they're not looking at a long term perspective as to quality is always a long term game. You can not improve quality on a short term. So basically that is a huge problem. And one of the final things which I want to mention about this is people don't look at quality from KPIs or from metrics. So you should evaluate quality of your organization and see how it is moving over time. But they don't look at it like that. Always they see is very unidimensional, that subjectively they will see, this release I get these many bugs, that release I didn't get it. So that is not the way how you should perceive quality. We have to stay updated on technology side, right? So actually testing is a bridge between a coder, a developer, and a user. Okay, if you're a tester, you should be that bridge, right? What is happening of late? Someone is saying, oh, my tester should become a developer, or someone says my tester becomes a user. No, you have to have a combination of both, and that is only when the testing will remain relevant. So we have to identify experts in our testing community, and people should focus on that skill, right? A lot of companies now say, train like a factory model, train everybody on everything. So you have one person who also knows automation a little bit, manual a little bit, or you have an SDET, which is actually a real skill where people actually understand it at an architecture level and try to do everything. But those SDET skill sets are still limited in a high cost skill, right? So at a generic level, what you need is basically identify specialists and try to plug in those specialists and build that skill for people that are in different parts of it. So some people should become specialists in user-centric testing, the usability. Some can be domain experts. Some can be on non-functional in different streams. Instead of expecting one person to know it all. Like I said, there are 3 segments we are working in. Startup segments, we are doing a lot of work with early and growth stage startups, as well as with a lot of large startups also, which are funded with more than $300 million. One of the largest Indian social media is our client, and we have done full stack automation for them, complete QA, end to end, set up from scratch, and now a team of more than 20-25 people taking care of every weekly releases. We work for a lot of government projects also. We have been involved in COVID launches, some training programs which were used by lakhs of people, especially frontline nurses and doctors, for COVID awareness, and we recently made that launch. Education programs for at a national level. We also work with some Fortune 500 companies. So one of the top 3 telecom companies in India is one of our clients. One of the top 10 IT services players, we work with them, and we have actually set up the entire SaaS platform for them for remote QA and on-demand QA. We have a very diverse kind of a customer base, and the use cases that we work with them is one is crowd testing. Second is automation. A lot of work we do in automation and usability. Actually, crowd testing is one of the subdivisions of our usability firm, where we focus a lot on user-centric testing, and built a lot of partnerships for providing our platform as well as providing solutions to telecom companies, media, education sector, edtech, mobile banking, travel and hospitality. So that industry has taken a hit recently because of the situation, but that's also a big sector we work with. Media entertainment is also one sector where we do a lot of work. So one of the largest players in media and entertainment sector. More on the education sector, a lot of work will happen in that area. We want to work media and entertainment because these 2 are already sectors where we are doing a lot of work. So there will be a lot of focus in that, because instead of learning from home, now people are talking about schooling from home. So there will be a lot of new solutions that will be developed, digital solutions for education. Media and entertainment is anyways one sector which is getting more prominent. So these days everybody is sitting in the evening watching Netflix. One diversification that we are going to do more and more is we're getting into enterprise product space, because that is one space which will still survive. Like I told you about Microsoft products, cloud-based solutions, SAP, Oracle. So we have certain specializations, especially in the SAP space and Microsoft product space, and we want to focus more and enhance our capabilities. Huge focus on remote and on-demand, because this is the future, at least for the next 1 year. Lot of lockdowns are expected. So people would like to have a zero capex kind of a model and a lot of business continuity. So how we can make that facilitate through our platform, because we already have the setup. So helping companies in building that remote and on-demand QA or quality engineering is the focus with which we are already working with a lot of